Good afternoon. What's good, gang? What is going on? Let's roll with the strategy, guys. What is happening? I hope everyone is doing pretty well. We are seeing a battering across the board, but come on, we kind of knew it was going to happen. At some point, they were going to do something interesting like this. Let's just roll with the strategy. What's going on, guys? I hope everyone is doing pretty well. Let's bring up some other coins right here, just setting up my screens. Got Ethereum up there. XRP. 1 minute. Let's roll out. Okay, then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone is doing pretty well right now. But you can see what's going on across the board. What's good, guys? Who's in the room? Who's in the room? Yassel, big man, what's happening? Tio Binance US filled my order BitK at 15k. What on earth is that? Really? Wow, that's crazy. Did that really happen? Okay, we are seeing a bloodbath happening right now, guys. Okay, then. So, who's in the room? Who's in the room? Who is in the room? Can you explain that, Wick? Cycles, cycles. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like to me that we may have had our midweek reversal. For anybody new to the stream, and to all my pattern watchers, keep your cool, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Traders Reality Show. My name is Tino. Let's roll with it. So, people getting wrecked? Yes, because the idea is to pay yourselves, guys. Always, always pay yourselves. Okay? Always pay yourselves. Looking at what I'm waiting for really is the Bitcoin ETF. I'm expecting the Bitcoin ETF to gap down. Okay? That is what I'm expecting from the Bitcoin ETF. The ETF should gap down to here and fill this gap. So this is where the gap down should end up. If by principle that they are getting ready to mark down price to mark it back up. Remember, they need to bring it down to bring it back up again. Okay? So once the ETF futures roll out, then we should see a gap down in the chart. Wow, what a day. But everything's coming back down towards the 200 EMA. Bitcoin is sat now stalling at the 200 EMA on the 15-minute time frame, which is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. So we've just got to be prepared for this. Be aware and pay attention to it. I'm always saying to people, man, wick down to USD Binance. What on earth is that? That is unbelievable. Well, look, this is what it is, man. They've been marking up price for quite some time now. Okay? You don't think the market maker's going to exploit this sort of behavior? Ethereum hit an all-time high and snapped back. Bitcoin hit their all-time high and now it's snapped back. But how long will this snapback last for? That's the question. Okay? Where are they likely to move price? That's the thing. And we've got New York to contend with because Asia did exactly the same thing. They marked up price, dropped. UK marked up price, dropped. Now we're going to wait and see if New York step in and decide to move price higher. Okay? But remember, they are still in the zones, guys. They haven't gone anywhere that we haven't expected them to go to. Look, yesterday they went down here. Fine. We're cool with that. They've pinned towards last week's low. That's okay. Okay? So people shouldn't be getting crazy about it all. They should not be getting crazy, but just be aware. It's quite volatile across the board. It's the New York pre-market orders coming into play. We will know at 2 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, when the games begin. Well, there you go. Valkyrie Bitcoin futures ETF launch confirmed for Friday. Well, would you want to get involved in Bitcoin when it's at its all-time highs, or would you want to knock it back down so that you can get it back up and again make the move to the upside based on the news announcements of the ETFs? So you got to be careful. There is a plethora of ETFs getting rolled out for Bitcoin by various companies, okay? They're going to keep doing this to us, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to keep doing this. And we've just got to prepare ourselves for it. We have to prepare ourselves for it. We've got to be careful. I'm waiting for a crash. Bitcoin USD on Binance US hit 8K. That is just clear madness. Mazuma, thank you, man. Christopher Morgan, how you doing? How do we best prepare? Stay out of the market? Well, look, it's not... listen, guys, you can't just take trading for when it's rising. You have to take it for when it's dropping, because in order for them to raise price, they have to drop it. Market maker, he's building his longs at the lowest possible point at the highest range. Okay? Look at Ethereum. We anticipated Ethereum. Where was it? It's hit its range daily high. It's pulled back. Okay? This is expected. They've exceeded the actual range for the session. Now they're bringing it back into the fray to keep people entertained. They may even come down as low as the daily open. Okay? Looking at Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin at? Here we go. Towards the range daily low. But it's back in the same zone, ladies and gentlemen. There are no problems right now. We don't need to worry. Now, we do have an M formation forming on Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame, where we need to wait and see if this M formation is going to play out. What if they are marking price down, try and recover some previous zones? But the only zones that I can see them recovering back with Bitcoin, okay, let me just bring Bitcoin back up onto the chart right here. The only zone that I can see them coming back down towards is this area right here, okay? Where is it? One zone right there. Let me get rid of this. We've got this zone right here, which would be the 800 EMA on the 200, on the 50-minute time frame, 800 EMA on there, which is the 200 EMA on the 4-hourly. No, 50 EMA on the 4-hourly. Look, we have not had one single retrace back towards the 50. However, look at what's going on. Everything is happening within this candlestick. So there are no worries. We've got a wick up here that they are going to try and recover at some point. Okay? So we've got to be mindful of that. Look at this wick. The wick is right there. Yeah? They are working this zone. Pin to the low, pin to the low, pins to the low. They are working the orders. This might be just a little bit of a rise. Retrace, continuation up, holding the 13 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. You just got to be patient, guys, and don't lose your minds thinking that's it, Bitcoin's going to drop. And you know what? Even if Bitcoin does drop lower, it's got the 50 EMA to contend with, because there is pools of liquidity in that zone that they could come to. We haven't had a retrace back to the 50 since price came down towards the 54 mark. Okay, there's not been one single retrace. It's just been up to the upside. But because the moves are so fast, people lose their minds. Don't fall for it, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep your cool. All right, this is standard. We need this sort of behavior. We need it to retrace for it to come back up again. All right, are we cool now? Are we cool? Okay, then. It's nice to see this behavior, ladies and gentlemen. We want this. I know. Right, let me have a look at this Bitcoin to 8K story, man. What on earth is going on there? Bitcoin to 8K. That is crazy. Let me have a look at this. Right, Bitcoin. What is it? What is the ticker for Bitcoin US? Okay, hold on. Let me just flip it up here. BTC USD, Binance US. Here we go. Oh, Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Binance, what a company. Unbelievable that is. Wow. The disturbing thing is this. We know what happens when we see wicks. That's crazy. Could they actually bring Bitcoin back down to the 8K zone? Look at that. That is frightening, bruv. That is unbelievable. No way. Nah, we've seen this before, guys, and they usually come back to those wicks. Or if this is just a mad move, and hopefully they don't come back to this sort of wick, man. But that is crazy if they do. Unbelievable. I can't believe that. How many people, I mean, God, did anybody get wrecked on that instance? Bitcoin USD FTX is the real clue for Bitcoin's next dip. Let's have a look at that. FTX, okay. Yeah, I could agree with that. But could this be a stopping volume candle? Market makers got the lungs filled at the lowest possible point. Are they preparing for another massive move back up? What if? What if? What if that's the case? You know? If it's a glitch, yeah, glitch wick. That's what I like to call it. Watch out. This Bitcoin is fake. Do you know what? Even if Bitcoin is fake, it doesn't matter. We're traders at the end of the day. If it was oxygen, we'd trade it. All right? If it was tea bags, we'd trade it. All right? That's what's important. Let's have a look at this. Traders Rally has its own AGA trade, AGA V3. All right? Look at all the longs getting liquidated. Perfect. Perfect setup for the market makers to step in. Ouch. Bad boy movements right there, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant moves by the market makers. Any news that has come out which could actually influence this sort of story? AMC gets hyperactive about crypto. SEO says it may issue its own coin. 27 minutes ago. What is that? American multinational entertainment giant AMC is getting very excited about blockchain, and the company's chief executive is publicly mulling the issuance of its own cryptocurrency. Well, what can I say about that? Why would you want to get involved in crypto when it's at such a high cost? Stop hunt low, rise. Brilliant, isn't it? Unbelievable. But that would be a valid point for them to retrace to, because then they would have recovered all the previous vectors in the chart. Okay? So that's what's really good about it. Binance US. That's what it is. Is it possible that someone put order sell for 80k, unfortunately missed 1-0 again? Probably. I wouldn't put it past Binance US, man. I would not put it past Binance US. See, look what's happened, guys. Okay? We've had the move. They've pulled it back down to key moving averages. Okay? Bitcoin is still in its high range. All right? Ethereum made an all-time high, come back down to the 50 EMA. And that's on the 50-minute time frame. No problem. That means it's on the 1 hour 13 EMA. No qualms. No issues there. We are waiting for New York to come into play. That's what we're waiting for. And the fact is, price has now slowed down. We've had the movement to the downside. Is this the reversal? Because if you look at the way price has been moving in the sessions, okay? Look at this. In the Asian session, they did what? Marked price higher. Sorry, where was it? This is Bitcoin. Let me just roll it out for you. Okay, so in the New York session, they prepped price. Asia marks it down. The UK session, they've prepped price. They've marked it down. New York by principle will make the retrace back up. It's what they do in New York. If New York follows suit, because from what I understand, based on the way the market makers build their positions, pull off the key notable areas. You've got the 66,000 mark right there. Okay? 66,000. Then you've also got the 65,500 zone right there. Okay? So by that principle, ladies and gentlemen, market makers are building their building their longs below key notable areas to, of course, realize the returns and shift price back out into the range. This is just a standard rise, retrace, continuation up. Okay? Look at it. It's a block. This is a big block trade. Okay? Mark up, drop. Mark up, drop. How do they get it cheaper? By moving it higher and then getting the liquidation points for the previous traders who went long so that they can open up their longs by marking price down lower. Tap the 200. 1, 2, 3 hits to the low. What do you have? You've got a pattern. Now we're waiting for them to come out of the zone. That's all there is to it. And if it doesn't play out, we look left and we see what zones could they likely bring price back down towards. You've got this little pool of liquidity right here. You've got this zone right here. And if we keep on going, we'll find that the bigger pool of liquidity sits at the 58 zone. Now, with that wick on FTX, they've brought price down to that 58 zone and moved straight back up. So what if they've already fulfilled that obligation? What if they've tapped that liquidity and shifted back up now? So we just need to wait and see what they've got in store for us in New York, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an exciting day today, all before Friday. Happy days. Happy days, man. What an exciting morning it is. I hope everyone is doing pretty well. Bro, explain this wick. How is this possible? Anything is possible when you're stepping into those brokerages. They can do whatever they like. They could do whatever they like. That's the sad truth. You know? Turn on slow chat. Got you. Let's turn on the slow chat. Slow mode. Let's make it 5. There we go. Right, I think someone's getting What you need to be mindful of, guys, is just how slow things are right now. They're waiting for New York. New York is either going to follow through or go through with it. Done. We just need to sit tight and wait. Binance is shut down. I think Steve is calling me, guys. I think Steve is calling me. Let me take this call from Steve. Yo, guys. Steve apologizes, but there was too much liquidity for them to take. Binance wears the red jumpers, definitely. The M1, M5, again, why they change each day and why they hit the 1 and M5 perfectly. So the M5 and the M1s, okay, these pivot points right here, they are pivot points, okay? They take the midpoints of the standard pivots, okay? And the reason is each of the pivot points themselves, the distance between are exactly the same. Okay, they are the same distance. And we project that if the M2 pivot zone confirms support, we project to the M4 zone. If the M3 pivot point confirms, we project to the M5 pivot. Okay, because it's based on the standard pivot points in the chart. Okay, and the reason why they change is because a new session comes into play, new set of new orders, but it's based on the previous session's standard pivot points. Okay? That's how they do it. If you are new to the channel right now, guys, be sure to join the Discord. All right? That's where the flavor's at. How can you, Tino, how Tino can explain the impossible? How do you explain the impossible? It's impossible to explain it. So all we do is just watch the charts and let it play out. Yes, it's a free indicator on TradingView as well. You can get it on TradingView. You can get it on MT4. Everything that you want is in the description of this video. But ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to witness the manipulative movement, or should I say the managed movement by the liquidity providers. Okay? The interest in cryptocurrency right now is at its highest. Of course they're going to do this to us. You know? Daniel Diaz, you got the right idea, bro. Man, I haven't played FIFA in so long, man. I miss it. How can something being possible in the realm of the uncertainty? You understand? How can it be impossible in uncertainty? Anything is possible in uncertainty because you don't know if it's going to happen or not. So you have to accept that it's the impossible can be possible. But the thing is this move out of the norm? You know? Is this move out of the norm? It's not. This is just a standard stop hunt rise, deviation away from the 50, come back down, reset the zone. This is a vector candle that they are likely to come back towards. The idea is to try and work out when. And that is based on the behavior of the market makers in these zones. That's all it is, guys. That is all it is. And New York today is going to reveal their intention to us. That's what it's all about. We just need to be patient. We need to be sure that if we do decide to make our entries, then happy days. Man, there's a lot of people chatting away. So, you know, all the vector candles really recovered. I mean, the wick down to 11k was only... You deleted your message. No problem. Crypto Crash Farmer, I'm sorry about that, but that was a month ago. It may be different right now. Yes, it can go to 8k. It can go to 8k. Let's actually have a look at what's going on across the board. Let's look at the watch list. Who's actually doing well? V-Chain's doing well. Solana. Sheeb's just doing fire, man. That just holds all day. Ada took a battering, but she's coming back up right now. Sharp move. Matic. 155 came up to 160 nearly. That's good. That's really good. AVAX 61 coming down. So a lot of them have done really well. V-Chain done pretty well to hold. Everything is holding for New York, my friend. Yeah, I saw it. Taz, I did it earlier on in the stream. I did it earlier on in the stream, my friend. The 8k zone. Let's look at it one more time. We've got the 8k zone, Bitcoin USD. Someone will say something about that. There's your 8k right there. What a company, man. What a great company. Shafting every single one of those traders. That's so bad. Okay. New 30-minute candle, new 15-minute candle, 30 minutes until the start of New York. Let's see if we do get our continuations back up. Here we go, XRP. Where's that at? Coming up to recover the vector candle. RSI outside the volatility band. Got V-Chain over here. VRA, what's good on there? She took a bit of a battering. That's unfortunate. Dollar yen, at last, dropping down. Let me just bring up some more coins. Rune. What's Rune doing? Rune holding. See, everything's just pulled back to the 50 EMA. That's what we want, guys. When we're in an uptrend, we want the 50 EMA. We want something to pull back because if it's going up too much, then it can cause a problem. Okay? Remember, you look at the higher time frames and you say to yourself, well, what's it doing on the 5 and the 13 EMA? Okay? It's broken the 5 and 13 EMA, but the 5 and the 13 haven't broken the 50 EMA. So our uptrend is still intact. They can only get it cheaper at the highest possible point if they drop it. They've got the intention and everyone now is buying the dip by principle. Now, we will know if the dip will come through or not based on what they do from now until New York. You know? Any more news that's coming out? AMC, that's all it is. Nothing else. Thailand's regulations softened ban on NFTs. Man, they're going on hard on them. Market off all-time high. Crypto tops 2.7 trillion. That's cool. Digital euro coming out. Oh, wow. They're not going to like that. Everything's moving back sharply, ladies and gentlemen. It's moving up back sharply. Here we go. Usually Thursdays, right? So in light of Forex, okay? Forex trades Monday to Sunday. Sorry, Monday to Friday. Okay? Opens at Sunday night, but trades Sunday night all the way through to Friday. Okay? The midweek reversal point would be Wednesday. In crypto, it trades Sunday to Sunday. So by principle, Thursday would be the midweek reversal. What do we have? We have a reversal. Now we're going to know if they are going to continue back up. New York at 2 o'clock. This is where it will get interesting. However, at 2:30 New York, sorry, 2:30 UK time, which is 9:30 a.m. New York time, that is where we will see the opening of the ProShares Bitcoin ETF, which we are expecting a gap down in price. Okay? What on earth have I just done there? Here we go. ProShares, this is where the gap down by principle should end up. Okay? So they're going to contain the zone up until that point, and the ProShares will gap down, and then they will, by principle, look to fill that gap. They could even come down to this point in the chart right here. Right here, look. They could fill this gap right here, form a gap to that point, and then close this gap that might actually appear right here. So we're going to see if that's going to play out. Let's see if it actually does play out. Where are we at? XRP coming up sharply. You can find, okay. Pesh, I need to speak to you. My voice might be higher. It may be because I'm on antibiotics. I'm a bit excited. So Wine XRP taking that 1118. It will take it, bro. Called New York. They said buckle. Yeah, Steve called me this morning and I didn't. I took his call, but I said I'm not going to tell them that. I can't tell them that. So Steve kind of made me pay the price. He made me pay the price, Steve did. So that's all good. Shez, what's good, man? I hope you're all right, man. Yeah, man, the channel's growing, man. Mad love and respect to everyone passing through, and to anybody new. Be sure to like and subscribe at the end of the video if you like what you're seeing, guys. But this channel is all about helping you guys understand how to read the intention of the good old market maker. With the exception of Binance US, where they whipped it all the way down to 8K. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is testament that when you are on an exchange, or a broker, should I say, you are in their government, you are in their laws, okay? They get to do whatever they like, and you have to be okay with that, okay? That is the name of the game. If that's not going to sit right with you, come away from trading, man, because this is what they do, okay? They do all sorts of things like this, man. Remember, when you make a profit, okay, the broker has to pay you. All right? And they don't like paying people. So the best way for them to keep their cash flow going is doing things like that. Yes, it does happen to MT4 Mellors. It happens with every exchange. Lewis, what's good, bro? What's good? Once we get to 50k subs, we are going to do... Right? We are going to do a 24-hour stream. How about that? We're going to do a 24-hour stream. Bet you didn't know that. Yeah, I've made the decision that I'm going to do a 24-hour stream where I'm going to be dipping in and out. And we're going to try and catch a session. I'm going to wait and see what point would be relevant to do that. Who's this? This is Steve. Steve's calling me. Should I answer it? Afternoon, Steve. Yeah, what have you done, bro? Nah, I'm not liking the idea of you doing that. I said I wouldn't tell him. Oh, is that how it is now? All right, bro. Okay. You do you. I ain't speaking to you, man. Get out of my face, bro. You messed the range up, bro. Hitting Ethereum all-time high and then pull it back. I know. You got to do that to get price high. I get that. All right, cool. Well, listen, I'm going to keep you on hold, right? You need to sit and watch the stream, bro. Nah. I'm not letting that happen. No way. All right, I'll tell him. Peace. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Steve was just interrupting me right there. He had to let me know a couple of things. Put him on speaker. He wouldn't do that. You can't stream 24 hours or reset the vid after 6 hours. Oh, well, we'll open a new video after 6. We'll do that then. But we're going to do something crazy. We'll do something to celebrate 50k subscribers. Mad love to all of you that have subscribed. Thank you very much. Steve said to me, stop hunt low. That's what Steve said to me. He told me stop hunt low. And we understand. Stop hunt low. Could that mean a rise? But don't trust Steve. You know? Do not trust Steve. I've never considered the Kingfisher maps. No. But it's something that I'm going to be getting involved in. Someone introduced me into the book maps yesterday. That looks very promising. So I'm going to be diving into that. You're promised... You'll sub if you promise not to do a 24-hour stream. How many of you are in this stream right now that are brand new to the channel? Will you welcome a 24-hour stream or not? How am I going to stay awake? Nah. I've done literally like I've done 36-hour trading sessions, man. I've done it in the past and I can do it again. But this time I'll be with you guys. So it'll be all good. We may have to reset the video a few times. But yeah. And mad love to the person that watches it. You know? That's what it is. If you are new to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, okay, realistically, there is a plethora of videos where we apply the hybrid system. The hybrid system is taking two schools of thought that practice the market maker's intention. Okay, one's involving the candlesticks, which you see right here as the vectors, and the other involves timing and patterns, because the hybrid system is made of timing, notable candlesticks, and repeatable patterns, or the other way around, actually. It's timing, repeatable patterns, and notable candlesticks. And our goal in the stream is to try and exploit those moments, okay, helping you guys understand the behavior. Why? Because it's repeatable. If you go back in the chart, you see it happening over and over again. All right? So that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. And the community of Traders Reality, the Traders Reality community in the Discord is absolute fire. All right? Guys in there that are holding it down and making sure that it's a great place to be, doing fantastic jobs. Mike Dutch, you've got Peshaw, Scorpio, Bitcoin Spartan, Infinex, all the guys there that have been holding it down. Mad love and respect to all of you for doing so. Here we go. We got a bit of movement, guys. Next 15-minute candle coming into play. 5 minutes, so just be aware. Be aware of that. New York pre-market. Well, New York opens at 9 a.m. When I say 9 a.m., I'm talking the banks. Banks open at 9 a.m. The futures markets open at 9:30. Setting up for New York. What do we mean by that? In New York, we anticipate there to be reversals. Okay? New York is famous for the reversals. If you notice the charts, you will see in the Asian session, well, New York session right here, which you can see in the chart, they initiated the move higher. Asia marked price down lower. In the UK session, you can see they make the move higher again, and then they follow up with a move back down. Okay? So by principle, we are expecting New York to do something. There is a pattern forming on the 1 hour 50 EMA. If you drop down to the 15-minute time frame, you'll see it bright as day that you've got 1, 2, 3 hits to the low. If they hit the low 3 times and they move away from it, you've caught the move to the upside by principle. But we are waiting for candlesticks to shift out of the zone because they could actually continue lower to the downside. And that would be plausible because they do have pools of liquidity in this zone. So you've got to be careful, okay? It's very volatile right now. So we've got to proceed with caution, ladies and gentlemen. You see the bar top. I know, this is it. The thing is, right, when you look at the percentage decreases that have happened, 1% drop, I mean, that's nothing, man. It's nothing. When you get drops like the El Salvador drop, where Bitcoin drops like nearly 10, 11%, that's a big drop, man. That's something to be thinking about. But a 1%, 1.5% drop in change in price, that's nothing, man. In the stocks world, okay, a distribution day would be anything below 1%, okay? And an accumulation day would be anything above 1%, all right? So, are they distributing today? Well, we ain't finished yet. It's all about the close. If New York steps in and moves price higher and finishes positive or just ever so slightly to the low, then today would be just a normal day of trading. And today is still a normal day of trading. This is cryptocurrency. It's volatile. You've got to be cool with that. Yeah, Steve wouldn't know. Steve hasn't agreed. I ain't talking to Steve, man. Steve has been winding me up. He's been playing games with us. Steve is a gentleman. He's a market maker who makes it known when he buys and sells Bitcoin. Now listen, hold on to your seats. When Steve buys or sells Bitcoin, he buys in numbers, man. Steve is not a whale. Okay? Steve is the ocean. Steve is the universe. Because Steve buys and sells Bitcoin at 89 cents. That's when Steve works his magic. All right? So when Steve sells, you know. Steve has just sold 89 cents worth of Bitcoin right here. We know Steve is in the chart. I can't say that without laughing, man. What a joke. I saw what they did to Binance, man. I saw what they did. And guys, that's what happens. I'm trying to get it across to you guys. When you step to a broker, that's what they are entitled to do. They can do whatever they want. They can do that. Yeah, AW, I agree. That will cost a lot of clients. Okay? That will cost them a lot of clients. But they need to look at it like this. Look at all the liquidity that they had in the charts. And they smacked it all the way down to the 8K zone. In the end, people will still come back to cryptocurrency. Why? This is the adoptive stages. If you can go out of your into your local town center, for example, okay, and pull a random person up and say to them, "Do you have Bitcoin?" 9 times out of 10, some of them, well, most of them will probably say to you, "Bit what? What's that? Oh, is that crypto thing, that crazy thing, that fake money?" That's where people are right now. Go up to someone else and say to them, "Have you got $10, £10?" They'll say, "Yeah, I do." Right now, we are in the adoptive ideas where we are adopting cryptocurrency. Praetorium, man. Thank you, my friend. You didn't need to do that. Thank you. You know? Will they test the area again? Are we likely to see an 8K Bitcoin to recover that wick? There is nothing that we can't say that won't happen. Okay? You can never say, "Yo, get rid of this guy, Shah Khan. Why are you trying to hype up my people in here, man?" Moderators, if you can block him, get him out, man. Okay, then. Yeah. We can't say that they won't go to a certain zone because let me put things into perspective for you. All right? What's going on here? Why is it slowing down? Oh, man, market makers. God bless shares, man. Take care of yourself, bro. Okay, look at this. Right? This is Bitcoin on the 15. I need to bring up the daily. Nah, I need to kill that. I need to kill MT4. It's killing it for me. Although I do need to close Discord as well. Get rid of that. I don't understand why it's doing that. Maybe because I haven't switched off my computer. Okay then. Don't worry about it. Let's pull up Bitcoin on the monthly over here. Nah, it's still not doing it for me. I just got to sit tight and wait. Look at the volume on that Binance chart. Only 529 Bitcoin moved on an 8K wick. Bad streaming data. Nothing happened on the exchange like that. Bad streaming data. Scott Frank, that sounds like a reasonable thing. That sounds reasonable. Right. 10 minutes. 10 minutes until the New York Open, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it's going to get interesting. Look, every time they move down, they're getting back up again. They're working the range right now. They are working this pattern. Could we actually see another move by New York? If they're going to have this new ETF rolling out tomorrow, then this could be the anticipation for it. And price may actually just zone out today, guys. May not do much. Okay? Yeah. On trading light as well. Yeah, but Binance is notorious for doing that. You know? Binance US especially. Scamwick, yeah. Is New York going to eat us? Well, we need to wait and see if that's the case. Okay? We need to wait and see if that is the case. Because they are doing some big things right now. I just want to wait until the start of the next hour candle, which will bring New York's open, man. That's all I'm waiting for. Oh, okay then. ExoCharts. The developer from ExoCharts said once that Binance has a faulty algorithm for price calculation. That would make sense. It was a mistake by the exchange. But can you see how that triggered people? Yeah? Can you see how they can do these sort of things? Yeah, volatile movements. Randy, makes sense. Yeah, I'm waiting just to see if this actually does improve. There we go. Wonderful. Solana, where you at? 186 Solana. She does look like she wants to move. Testing the 50 EMA. So literally, guys, in 10 minutes time, we will know where we stand with all of this. Okay? We will know exactly where we stand in 8 minutes time. Because that's when New York opens. Come on, New York. What have you got in store for us? The fact is they've been holding the zone right now. Okay? Staying in this zone. So if New York opens and then continues lower, we're going to have some interesting movement to the downside. But look, the vector candle right here, the stopping volume candle, has actually been recovered. Okay? They've worked the zone several times. All right? New York is make or break today, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. And we're going to see what happens from that point. Look at XRP and FTX. Mere mad glitch. Yeah, some guys that have been coming into the stream have actually been putting out valid points. Okay, so then that's it. You know, it makes sense. Glitches, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, people must have got liquidated. I think wicks that go up. Crazy, don't trigger liquidation. A few months ago, candle wicked 48k, but it didn't. True. This would be the midweek reversal. He's slowing it down. You're paying attention, George, yeah? Get your cups of coffee, ladies and gentlemen. In 10 minutes' time, we will know where we stand. How can I go long when they've wicked down to 8k with my mind is traumatized? Imran, do not even consider trading if you are scared to trade. Okay? Because you won't be approaching the chart with the acceptance. You'll just be sitting there thinking every single move is designed to screw your account. That's not the case. Let me grab a cup of Java. Trying to keep up with your comments. It's great. I love it when this happens, because this is where it determines your ability as a trader. Can you sit through these chaotic times, all right, and still maintain composure? That's what it's all about. New York is going to reveal itself. Keep saying it. We're at the pivot points across the board. M2 pivot projection. Does that mean we're going to come back up to this vector candle right here? Are they building the longs below the key 65,500 and the 66 to anticipate a move back up? 8 minutes time. No, New York doesn't open in 8 minutes, but 9 a.m. in New York. That's when the banks open. I get that. New York futures opens at 9:30. New York banking system. People can, you know, the banking setups, people that have been transferring money using fiat and what have you, rolls out 9 a.m. 8 minutes time. It's the standard trading day. BNP sometimes drops ahead of Bitcoin. Maybe. Any plans for Halloween? Yeah, I'm going to dress up as a red vector candle. I'm going to dress up as a vector. Listen, this needs to happen. We need this retrace, ladies and gentlemen. It's inevitable. We can't just keep rising higher. Ethereum did that and they did exactly the same thing and dropped it. Okay? But things are different right now. Things are a little bit different. If the ETF hype, look what happened when the ETF got released. Okay? Bitcoin makes an all-time high. Now we've got more ETFs rolling out. That means more liquidity is coming in. More ways to trade. Happy days. So that only means what? They're going to move price higher and drop it down lower so they can get longs filled at the lowest possible price. They've got liquidation points all over the spot for them to take advantage of because traders don't pay themselves. They leave their positions open. They think they can beat the market. They have the fear of missing out on a move to the upside. What, you think Bitcoin's just going to stay at the same price that it's at right now? No. It's either going to go higher or lower. You need to manage your expectations of what you have in the charts. Don't set yourself up and have a directional bias and think just because they're saying Bitcoin's going to go to 100K, you're going to step in now and start buying for 100K. Well, that's pathetic. You can't have that sort of mentality. Right now, Bitcoin is 64,900. That's where it's at. So you base your information on what you see right now. Forget where it could go. It's nice to see Bitcoin going up to 100K. Happy days. But let's work our way up towards it. If Bitcoin's going to actually make the 100K, let's work our way towards 70 and have a conversation then. If this pattern plays out right here, if this pattern plays, then we should be seeing Bitcoin moving higher. If it doesn't play out, we will be looking lower. No bias. You can open longs and you can open shorts. If you're a holder, different story. For a holder, in my opinion, they should only be looking at monthly timeframes and weekly timeframes. The daily to a holder is what the 1 minute time frame is to a scalper. All right? Because a holder can't come to the chart and look at the 15-minute time frame and make a decision on his whole portfolio that he needs to sell because of this candlestick right here. Well, they did it how many times? Look. Once there, they've done it here. By principle, New York should mark it up and move it. Mark it up and continue, or they're going to move it down. This is why New York is important for us right now. Because New York's either going to see it like this. Bitcoin is now cheaper from the all-time high. Fear of missing out. Bitcoin now is at a point where they could actually take some profits, so they could mark it down lower. So it's all perspective. How long we got? 4 minutes left. Coins like BNB, Doge, Tezos, Uniswap are going to bring more liquidity to them after being introduced to the to FX platforms. That is very true. I see markets. Before, when we started the stream, when we were using the MT4, they only had Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And then you had Peercoin and Namecoin. Not, you know, Not really popular coins, okay? However, all of a sudden, they've now introduced Link, DOT, and XLM. Once those exchanges start offering altcoins, all right, that's when we're going to start seeing more money coming into the alts, right? Because right now it's all about what Bitcoin does, okay? Everyone's making the relation to Bitcoin dominance and what have you, all right? Now that we've got these ETFs rolling out, okay, we're now getting Wall Street money coming into the charts. So there's more money coming in. And moves like this are perfect for that. We need to see that sort of thing. All right? So let me just change the chart because I think that's causing a bit of a problem. Here we are. Nice and clean. 65,500. That's where we are. Let's see if they do show us the business today. I've got to go and get my daughter today, so I will need reminding if I'm going off with my thoughts today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? But the general overview is this. This is what we need to see in the chart. Does it mean Bitcoin's now going to go all the way down to 54K? Well, look, if this is an M formation, ladies and gentlemen, and there is a W formation, how many times have we seen this? Now, I know the guys who have been in the stream with me for a long time, they would have seen this sort of play happening so many times in the stream, which is why I say to you, go back and watch the streams from back in the early days. We have seen these behaviors happen so many times. All right. We've just got to try and work out if they are going to come out of the zone. And what reason do we believe that they are going to come out of the zone and move to the upside? Yesterday's high is in sight. We've got the M2 pivot point, okay, down here, which is now looking like support. So we can project that the M4 zone is the next point that Bitcoin may end up going to. Okay. If, and that is only if, this behavior right here is designed for them to move price higher. What we need to see on the 1 hour time frame, guys, is the following. We need to see the 5 and the 13 EMA cross below the 50 EMA for us to consider Bitcoin's going lower. That's what we need to see. Until that point, everything's cool. You've even got, if you look closer, look, you've got a W formation forming on the actual 5 and 13 EMA. But they haven't crossed anything important. They've crossed each other, but until they cross the 50, my bias, or should I say, my understanding is the market maker is building longs at the lowest point in anticipation to go back up. New York in 1 minute's time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it out. Let's go. Let's see what they've got in store for us. Here we go. New York. Are they going to bring the flavor? Come on, New York, man. Give us our reversal. Give us the reversal that we're looking for. Okay, trading spot. So it will go all the way. Here we go. Called the W on the daily from previous all-time high on your stream. It happened. Thanks, Tino. Wonderful, man. Well done, bro. Well done. Here we go. New York. Let's go. New 1 hour candle. Let's see what they've got in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look what they've got. Here we go. Big three. Not open yet. Let's see what New York has in store for us. This is now the US brink, so prepare it. IC Markets offering ADA, BNB and others as well. Are you serious? No. If they are offering ADA, BNB and others, that'll be fire. What will be the breaking point for me will be the actual spread that they charge. If the spread is cheap, then that'll be brilliant. Let me have a look. Let me have a look and see if they are actually going to do it. Give me the ring. Give me my ring. Okay, then. All right. Let me just see what's going on. Come on. Oh, my days, man. This is tough. This is hard work here. Here we go. Let's see if they do actually offer it. So this is IC Markets where the templates for the indicators appear. Let's just see if they do actually offer them. Crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Crypto 2, It's not there yet. It's not there. Indices. Are they actually offering the pro shares one? Futures, no. Commodities, metals, no. Crypto, forex, exotics, not there. Let me just bring this up here. This is the tick chart, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bitcoin's tick chart. Let me look at the symbols. Show all. I'm not seeing it. X2 USD, crude oil. I'm not seeing them. No, I can't see it unless you are based elsewhere. Might not happen on my one just yet. No, there it is. BNB. Happy days. BNB, ADA. Oh my days. I can't believe that. No way, they've got it. That is brilliant. Now, this is the key question. What's the spread on it? I hope it's cheap. I hope it's cheap. I can't believe it. They've got them on here. That is brilliant. They actually listed it. That is fire. Here we go. What's the the spread? That spread is... Hold on. Come on. Why is it so slow? I'm running so much on here, man. Nah, I need to close it. I need to close it. Here we go. So, 1 minute time frame. I need to bring that up. And we'll know full well if it's good. Not so great. Nah, it's manageable though. If you're scalping it. Could be, yeah. But you'd have to catch a bigger move. But then again, it's quite a volatile pair. So that's probably why the spread is pretty high. That is brilliant. I'm really chuffed about that. I didn't even pay attention to it. So BNB moves average 2,763 pips on a day-to-day basis. So from its open, where are we at with the open? Okay, the open would be in that range. Has it exceeded its range? Yes, it's exceeded its ADR for the session. Near enough exceeding its ADR for the session. So here we go. We might see some movement right now. I'm closing this because it's running too slow. Here we go. New York spikes lower. Brinks box. All right, fair enough. I can deal with that. Moving back up, ladies and gentlemen. New York starting to take its place. What else have we got here? We've got EXO as well. What's EXO saying to me? Interesting. Especially for XRP. Liquidation points hit. Market makers hit those pools of liquidity. Going long at the lowest point possible. Blocking that move from the 43 delta. Happy days. Let's close that. Done. All right then, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. Is the retrace on its way? Is the US Brinks going to initiate the reversal for New York? Because you've got to be careful as well, guys. In the US session, the US Brinks session, US Brinks box might actually bring price back up to recover the vector candle, but that may be the point where they initiate the high of New York. So what we're expecting them to do today, guys, is, especially on Bitcoin, is to try and make another all-time high, and on Ethereum as well. So let's see if they actually do it today. Just taken myself a little sip of the coffee. I've taken my inhaler. I call my inhaler my vape. These are very interesting times. Look, building. Now we've got 25 more minutes until the futures. Once the futures markets open, we will know where we stand with it all, ladies and gentlemen. And that is where I will end the stream. And then you guys are free to watch the charts and make your decisions as to where you think it's going to go next. But I'm giving you the structure. Okay, I'm giving you the structure behind it. Oh, here we go. Bit of movement. Little bit of behavior right now. I'm going to make it into 2 charts. It's too much on the computer. Do you think they may want to make another all-time high for Solana? Listen, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're looking into EXO as well. ultimately, you've got to have this mindset. It doesn't matter what they do. All you need to be paying attention to is what it's doing now and make your decision from there. Okay? What is it doing now? Well, it's hit the 200 EMA 1, 2, 3 times. There's a reason why they're coming away from this point. So if they're not coming down towards this point again, that only means that they can only do one other thing. They can only move back up. Because if they've come down to these points and not done anything about it, and where they had the most amount of liquidity to trap the trader and trigger the shorts, okay, and hit the liquidation points for the retail trader, then we can only expect them to move it back up. Yeah, people say, and that's the great thing about this trading, guys. It can only be one of two things can happen. It can either rise or it can drop. Doesn't matter. All right. If the odds of it rising are like 35 to 1, all right, then fine. And you made the call and it happens. Congratulations. That is brilliant. But if it can only go up or down, well, what kind of odds is those? Like, all right, yeah, 2 to 1, fair enough. But you want to try and be on the right side most of the time. You want to be on the side that it moves in favor for. Doesn't matter if it goes up or down. What matters is, are you on the right side of the trade? Look at them stalling for New York futures, man. I'm telling you, the ETF, the ProShares ETF is going to make sense. Rex Capital, I agree with you, my friend. I do agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with at all what you're saying, but what I'm saying is it's all down to your ability as a trader. If you're a scalper, then your strategy that you're talking about, okay, it's not that it's irrelevant, but it's all down to your motives behind trading. That's all it is. What is your desires for trading? What are you trying to get from trading? Are you trying to become a trader because you like the idea of being called a trader? You ain't going to last 5 minutes. Do it the cheapest way possible. Just change your name to just say that you're a trader and don't do anything about it. Don't even trade. All right? For you to really absorb what this game is really about, you have to get your hands, you have to get in deep. You have to be prepared to lose. And if you come to the idea of trading thinking that you don't want to lose, don't trade, because you will lose. Because what you're doing is you're putting pressure on yourself to the idea that you have to make a perfect trade every time. That's not the case. It may play out to a good trade, but what if when you place a trade, it goes against you and you're down like 10, 20% on your account? What if then you decide to close your trade, take a 20% loss, it goes in your favor in the end? So it's all down to your relationship with risk. I've learned my lesson to never trade without a stop loss. It's suicide. That's how you manage your risk, then okay. I mean, I personally will only put a stop loss if I know full well that I'm not going to have any control of the chart. All right, if I know I can't get access to a chart. If I know I'm going to be away from the chart for like 3 hours, I will put an absolute stop where I think if it does go down there, I'll be cool to lose money on that trade if it hits that. But I won't put a stop loss in place if I'm actively at the charts every single day because I'm monitoring. But then again, sometimes I'm not even in trades long enough. As a scalper, I'm in and I'm out. That might be on a long play if I do decide to swing trade dollar yen, okay? But stops pretty much tell the broker where your dead money's at. Yeah. What do you trade more nowadays? Crypto, Forex. I swing Forex, but I trade crypto more now. Because now I'm like getting involved in trying to apply, exo charts. Got this book map. I mean, I'm going to be busy this weekend trying to work out how to interpret the book map in light of the vector candles and whatnot. So it's going to be really interesting to see. The market maker is a liquidity provider. He has You made me laugh there, Ash. You made me laugh, bro. Don't. I mean, look, Bookmap is it's an interesting website. It just gives you the order flow of the cryptocurrency. Okay, but you got to be mindful about using it, man. It's a lot of tricky stuff on there, which is why I'm trialing it out, because that's what this channel does, man. Okay, I bring to you the idea of the hybrid system, and if you guys come along with an idea with it, I'll welcome it. Someone said it last night in the Discord. They were talking about the Bookmap. He was putting out points in the chart saying, okay, this is what they're likely to do at this point. I would refer back to the vector candles. And then now Bookmap is pretty much saying to me where the development of the vector candle is going to happen. At the same time, ExoCharts does that, but in light of the delta as well. So you can get a bit of information. So now the hybrid system is evolving. You know, here we go. Movement. 1/4 nearly. 3 minutes until 2:15. 15 minutes until the ProShares session open. We're going to bring up the chart for the ProShares ETF to solidify if we are going to have a gap. That's what we're waiting for. If the gap down looks like it's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a gap down, and how far the gap down is going to be very important. If they're going to gap down and close this gap, and then we're going to close the other gap, price should then continue higher by that principle. Let's see if they do it today. Because they're just holding the range right now, ladies and gentlemen. They're not doing much. The Heineken candles. Yeah, the Heineken candles. They are okay. They're good for momentum. All right? They're good for momentum on the smaller time frames. All right? That's what I found with them. All right? So... no, the ETF doesn't affect Bitcoin's price. Okay, it has nothing to do with it. What the ETF is just a pool of liquidity. All right. And if people are showing interest in, because that's what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see if the ETF, if there will ever be an instance where the ETF rises and Bitcoin's price actually drops. Could that happen? You know? Yeah. Locked in range analysis by Tom Lexi. He talks a lot about market manipulation. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Tom Lexi. Locked in range analysis. That'll be interesting. Building under the 65. Yep. That's what we're looking for. The ETF goes up and down with Bitcoin price. Yeah, it does. I'm just looking to see if there's going to be disparity between the two. The ETF only came out yesterday. No, a couple of days ago. So let's see. We need to build a history of it. They've only got a 5 EMA on the ETF. Nothing else. Not even a 50, 200, nothing. All right, here we go. The US Brinks is in play. 15-minute time frame. Let's see. Look, this is the thing that I want you to keep in your minds, guys. Whenever you are trying to determine something in the chart, whether it's to go up or down, what is it that they are doing that makes people think it's going in one direction? And ask yourself why it's not going in that direction, which by principle would mean that it's going to go in the opposite direction. It's the equilibrium. Why are they hitting price lower and not going lower? So if they're building positions below this key notable area, by principle, they should be moving back up. Yeah? That's the way to logistically approach the charts. You know? Here we go. There's our move. Let's see what they're going to do for us. Come on, man. I want that. ProShares. Have we called the gap down in the ProShares? We need to wait and see if the gap down has happened. Bitcoin moving. Let's see what they've got in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. This is an exciting time. Man, these past few days have been fire for trading, man. So many moves, so many setups that we can all learn from. Please go back and watch the streams. Go and watch yesterday's stream in the afternoon. Really important that you watch that. And then watch last night's stream. All projections were taken out. Ethereum 4,300 projection hit. All right. There were so many other coins as well that we went through. Brilliant, man. But the idea is to help you understand why that happened. Okay, and we explain that in those videos, man. So make sure you do watch those videos. Yeah, they start from above, bring it down, get the best fill below, and then move higher. Steve Lee, there's a good chance it will. There's a good chance they are doing that. Nah, I don't think XRP is lagging, bro. I think XRP is going to be moving. Here we go. 3 minutes, 20 past. Below the 65,200. Getting ready to break through the 65,500 half number. It needs to happen. Come on, Bitcoin, man. Show me your intention to move out of the zone. Give me the reversal. Still needs to break above the 50 EMA on the 15 for us to establish momentum to the upside. But look at the RSI. Look at that. Where's the volatility? There's divergence in the chart, man. There is no volatility on the RSI. Look at that. Outside the volatility band, back inside. Both instances. Patreons today with the masterclass. We read this out. We can only assume one thing. We can only assume one thing. If the equilibrium of the way they're moving price, not breaking down lower when they are aggressively moving price, fast move is the false move. But the question is this, guys. What if this fast move recovers the move, but then it continues back down? We will know when New York steps in. You know? We will know full well when it steps in, guys, and we just need to sit tight and let them show us their hand. Ethereum has got the much cleaner zone for them to come back to. So let's see if they do actually try and make another attempt for Ethereum. On the higher time frames of Ethereum, so let's take the 4 hourly, you've got a massive wick that they're getting ready to try and recover. Okay? So they may mark price up higher for Ethereum and then stabilize, and then coming into Friday, they might spike down lower and then range out for the weekend. So by principle, this is what we may see Ethereum do. Coming up and then just drifting, coming down, up and down, doing this behavior and then marking up again. By that point, they would have moved the 50 EMA to regulate price up into this point like so. And then make the move higher. So let's see if they actually do that today. Well, actually, from now up until the weekend. By that point, could Bitcoin actually recover up towards 70K? Let's see. Look at that, man. Can't believe it. Look at that. They don't even... Look, it's not even broken the 13 EMA. It's come straight back up. What a strong move, man. Fantastic. Come on, here we go. It's 20 past 2. God, man, it's the longest 10 minutes of my life, bruv. They, market makers, liquidity providers. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to understand if the ETF itself gaps down. And I think it will gap down. If it gaps down, that'll be wonderful. However, there's something, right, that's happened before, which is a bit peculiar, but there's been times when sometimes an asset gaps down, if that asset on another exchange, so like futures markets, they're closed, okay? But when the asset that is exchanged on the contracts for difference area, whoops, okay, sometimes it recovers price from that move down and moves straight back up, which sometimes leads to a gap up in the actual the futures contract. And that's only if there is a mad influx of orders that comes into the chart. I've seen it happen, man. It's crazy. Right. Yeah, Thad, Wizard of Oz. Could Bitcoin go to 72K today? That could be a valid notion because it will be in line with their ADR move. Bitcoin moves in an ADR 31,000 pips to the upside. From this point in the chart, from this open, Bitcoin's open today, okay, to 70,000 is 31,000 pips in price. That's 31,000 pips change. So the smallest change in price. Sorry, guys, man. I'm on antibiotics and my brain's fried. Here we go. Come on. 8 more minutes, guys. 8 more minutes. Bitcoin moving for the recovery of the vector candle. Ethereum on its way also. Come on. Give us our New York reversal. Give us the reversal point. M5 projection if Ethereum reverses from the M3 pivot point from the daily open. Okay. Bitcoin on its way. RSI coming up through, passing over the market signal line, which is the red line. Needs to cross over the market base RSI right there. And if it does that, we will anticipate them coming up to the volatility band up here. Let's see if they're going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Tino, do you think alts will bleed if we start moving towards 80K? It all depends, man. It all depends. Because look what happened when the ETF was getting released. Ethereum and XRP didn't move. Okay? Then once it got released, Bitcoin had its moment, had its 15 minutes of fame, and then Ethereum and XRP started to move. So it's one of those things, man. Sitting in a car at work, can't leave this chart. Bang out of the zone, man. Why is it that some coins have different price action on Euro versus USDT? For example, Move, which I've been following for a while. 5% USD, but only 2.3% on Euro. Ah, you've got me there, bro. I wouldn't know. No, the TDI is a separate indicator, guys. It's a separate indicator which can be used in conjunction with the actual candlesticks themselves. 7 minutes, gang. 7 minutes. No, there's no such thing as a dumb question, Rob. Does this channel focus on bid-ask spread trading? Principally, Rob, we do look at it. Okay, but like, for example, if we look at dollar yen, when I trade dollar yen, I don't pay a spread. It's just a fixed commission. But what you're talking about is how market makers manipulate those zones, because that's the market makers' territory, the bid and the ask. All right, so sometimes we dive into it. But it's really about understanding the patterns and the cycles and the behavior. And why does the vector candle on the left side of the chart get recovered? Why is that principle happening as we speak right now? Why is Bitcoin recovering this red candlestick if they are selling? Does that mean the market maker is going long by trapping retail traders to go short? Now that those retail traders have gone short, their liquidation points are the reason why the market maker is now realizing a return on the longs that he built on the way back down. This is how they move price, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Yeah, the fluctuations in the currency itself, that makes sense. Yo, do you think I can get Steve's number right fast? Yeah. Notice how Steve ain't talking to me. You know? That's the name of the game, Anton. This is what we're trying to establish. How do we work out if the market maker's buying or selling? The reason we work it out as, well, this is how we present it, is via the vector candles, because the vector candle means the times price changes in this zone. And this means that volume is above average. So price changes above average in terms of the ticks. Okay? And it drops. So we know the market maker doesn't buy when price is rising. That's what the retail trader does. Because in order for you to buy, you need to have someone to sell to you. So they always do the opposite of your contract. Why? Because when you buy and you're in a profit, where are you going to get your profit from? It comes from the trade that has been set up against you. All right? That's why I say to you guys, pay yourselves, pay yourselves, pay yourselves. You know? Yeah, they're all liquidity providers, man. If you dive into an exchange, all right, if you look in their T's and C's, they will tell you where they get their liquidity from. So I'm familiar with those names. Steve in the mood. Check up on him later, yeah. Come on, man. 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. The suspense is unbelievable. Dollar yen's taken the tank, ladies and gentlemen. Dollar yen's done it. Thank God. Dollar yen has tanked. Happy days. Dollar yen has tanked. Wonderful. There she goes. Stop hunt rise in the UK brink session right there. Stop hunt rise drop. Gold has been set up for a manipulative move. Red vector candles to the downside. Shifting price back up. Wonderful. Happy days for dollar yen. About time. Yes, by trade, I am a scalper. Canadian and proud, how you doing? Right, you find it hard to pay yourself. I've tripled my investment, still cost dollar average in. At what point I take profits has always been my question. If you're not knowing where to take profits, my friend, you don't know your strategy. If you've got an entry strategy, congratulations. If you haven't got an exit strategy, then all the efforts you put into your entry are going out the pan. Because then you're not rewarding yourself for you being right on your entry. The hardest thing in trading is paying yourself, believe it or not opening a trade. Opening a trade is easy. When to close it is the bigger thing. Tino, my dear lover, you think PNP will make some big moves soon? How nice of you. I'm just waiting for the New York Open, man. And we'll start looking at other things. My leverage on my dollar yen trade is 1-to-1. I don't swing on, I don't use leverage on swing trades. Here we go. 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes. We're going to be looking at the gap down on the, oh man. Let's see if we do get the gap down on the pro shares. Here we go. XRP, you beast. Thank you very much, XRP. Here we go. Let's see if the ETF does gap down. Pre-market orders at 42.66. There's the gap down. If that's correct, then that's where we should see the pre-market pricing. There it is. 42.60. Is that the gap? Pre-market. There's the gap down, ladies and gentlemen. It's happened in the spot. So by principle, we should see it coming back up by New York. Come on. 1 more minute until New York, guys. New York futures opening in 1 more minute time. Let's roll. Come on. And then I've got to go and get my daughter from nursery very shortly. It has been wonderful to have you guys here today. As always, if you are new to the stream, thank you very much for passing through, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to subscribe if you like what you've seen at the end of the stream. Okay? Come on. Come on. New York, 1. Come on, 22 seconds. Hold on to your horses, ladies and gentlemen. New York is going to do a good thing, or it's going to... Yeah, you know what I really want to say. Let's see if New York follows through with their intention. Come on, I'm stood here with my cup of coffee. Got my inhaler. Here we go. Where's the gap down? There's the gap down in the ETFs right there, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin moving back up. We should see the ETFs moving back up to fill this gap, ladies and gentlemen. The gap down came into play. The gap came into play. They are going to absorb the behavior from what happened earlier on, maybe into the ETF. Let's see what they've got in store for us today. Sit tight, guys. It's going to be an interesting ride. 42 gap down. Happy blooming days, man. Man, you know what? Fill the gap. Come on. Fill the gap. Come on, there we go. There we go. Stumbledore, how you doing? Thank you very much for that, man. Thank you very much. Here we are. We are witnessing the gapping play right now, ladies and gentlemen. Gapping play. This is what we're witnessing. New York futures is now open. The pre-market gap down. Now they're going to try and close this gap. If they are going to recover back up, we should now see a nice movement to the upside. Steve, hello. Steve, what's up? Yeah, I know you gapped it, yeah. Are you going to recover to 66? You're not telling me, bruv. What do I pay you for? Forget that guy. Forget that guy. I'm not speaking to Steve. I'm paying him too much money, man. No worries, man. Steve. Here we go. Here we go. Record these conversations with Steve. You know what? That'll be quite a funny shorts thing. That will send people nuts. Like, who's Steve? You know what? We need to start a movement, guys. All right? We need to start a movement. Go to my Twitter account. All right? And do the hashtag #AskSteve. All right? Do the hashtag #AskSteve. My Twitter, just search Traders Reality. It's in the link to this description. All right? And let's start a movement. Ask Steve. And let's draw some attention to ourselves. Call Steve. Yeah, actually, yeah. Make it. Call Steve. Call Steve. That's what it is. Hashtag call Steve. That's what it is. Yeah, Avinci. The strategy that I'm using here is Steve Mowry Market Maker method and the PVSRA method. And we've merged them together to create the hybrid system. Okay? So that's what it is. Call Steve, guys. That's what it's all about. Let's get on with Steve, man. That's what it is. Call Steve. Hashtag call Steve. When the video is done, in the comment section, type hashtag call Steve. And that should start getting some attention. Let's start getting some bigger players in the crypto space asking who is Steve. But then if they want to interview Steve, what's going to happen there? What if I got to put on a stupid voice? That'll be interesting. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The gap is now looking to try and get filled, which will, if it does, we'll be at the pivot point. So then we may actually come back up to try and recover these zones in the chart. Might be a little bit of a big move, but let's see if they hold it down in this zone, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if they do it. Ethereum's doing pretty well. XRP, let's have a look at XRP. XRP doing sound, moving up. Now look, whenever you see them coming up to this zone, okay? No worries, Awatas. God bless you, bro. God bless you, man. You've been with me from day one, bro, man. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone, man. It's a pleasure to sit here with you guys every single day and breaking down the chaos of what we call trading. It's the best game in the world. It is the hardest, easiest way to make money. But if you've got the right mindset, you can succeed at this game. Because the battle that you are really having is not with the market makers. It's not with Steve. It's not with the brokers. It's with yourself. And get it right with yourself. You're going to do fine in this game. All right? Pattern Watchers is a way of life, man. It's a family. It's a community. Mad love and respect to all of you guys, man. But remember, call Steve. That's what it's about. You know? Call Steve. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've had the open for the New York session, the futures market. Today is going to be an interesting day. So, on that basis, if Bitcoin, right? We've seen the ETF. This computer's I'm going to break it. I promise you, I'm going to break it. I really am. I ain't got time for this. If this pattern holds out with the line of divergence in the chart and the 200 EMA, 3 hits to the low, shifting out of the zone, taking into consideration the equilibrium behind, if something is happening and it's not falling through, then the opposite will need to happen to maintain the balance. Then we should see Bitcoin coming back up to these zones. If they don't come back to these points in the chart, ladies and gentlemen, wait until you see the 5 and the 13 EMA crossing down below the 50 EMA. If they break below the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, we may be on our way to see some returns to the vectors at the downside. But before we can solidify that, we will need a retrace back up to the 50 and continuation to the downside. But as it stands right now, ladies and gentlemen, price is still doing very well to hold below the 65,500. Now it's coming through that point in the chart. We need to look at the 1 minute time frame just to see how they are controlling the smaller platform, the smaller time frame. Here we go. Look at that. Stop hunt low, shifting out of the zone. Patrons, we saw the beauty of this move, ladies and gentlemen. We saw the beauty of this move. Fantastic play. You learnt the V-shaped pattern. RSI outside the volatility band, back inside, and they've drifted price back up again. Okay? So on that basis, ladies and gentlemen, proceed with caution. Have your wits about yourself. Always pay yourself. And remember, okay, always ask yourself, what does the market maker want the retail trader to think? Okay? On that basis, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And make sure you tune in tonight at 10 p.m. so we can work out what has happened in New York. Have yourselves a lovely day, guys. Take care of yourselves. Peace, man.